Ghana has talked to other countries such as Nigeria and Mali about possible resolutions to solve the issue of Ebola. We agree that Ghana should not be fully quarantined and should have travel restrictions instead, since there are no current cases of Ebola in Ghana.
Another reason why we think that a quarantine would not be effective is because the Ebola quarantine placed in Sierra Leone resulted in services, aid, and food not reaching the citizens, especially in remote communities, and caused them to break the quarantine to get help, ultimately leading the citizens to lose trust in their government as well. And quarantine would restrict movement to the extent that it would ultimately encourage it. So that is why we're proposing a travel ban rather than quarantine.
Okay. Is there another country wants to speak? South Africa, right? Go ahead, South Africa.
The delegation of South Africa is in talks with the delegations of Mali, Nigeria, and Ghana regarding Resolution A and possible ways to prevent the spread of the disease without disrupting the order of the Ghanaian economy. While all the countries agree that complete quarantine would be too disruptive, some form of quarantine must be taken, whether it be a travel ban or other border shutdown. No matter what, we are focused on ensuring the trade of Ghana be maintained by still taking the necessary precautions to ensure the spread of the disease does not continue.
Okay. Another country? No other countries? No other proposals?
Yeah.
Okay. Which country again?
We're the DRC.
Okay, DRC, Congo. Go ahead.
So we believe that Ghana should not be quarantined as well, but we do believe Guinea, Liberia, Ivory Coast, and Sierra Leone should be completely quarantined with the exception of international trade and United Nations forces. In other words, we believe refugees will not be allowed to enter or leave the countries listed above. But international businesses from Guinea, Liberia, Ivory Coast, and Sierra Leone will need to follow some sort of health and safety guidelines that if we agree with this proposal, we should determine.
Okay. Another country? Okay. Mali? Go ahead, Dawson. Mali?
Mali believes that in addition to what's already said in Resolution A, they should institute more health screenings into the affected countries' border processes, such as like Sierra Leone and Guinea, and do that without choking off the import and export flow, because that would drastically affect Africa's economy, which is something we want to avoid doing. As well as we want to increase the border security in the affected countries by the use of UN forces. And we hope that the United Nations will donate medicinal supplies to African countries so that we can increase our capacity to fight Ebola in the case of another outbreak.
Okay. Any other proposals?
I have a point of inquiry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do we have to write up these proposals in like MUN formal?
No, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it formal. No, it's fine. Just so that they're understandable.
Yeah.
We can all get it. Good. Anything else? You go ahead. Ghana, you want to go again? Go ahead.
So adding on to what Molly said about getting the United Nations help, the United Nations Development Program, the UNDP is already responding to the crisis and is also providing equipment, providing vehicles, medical gear, and telecommunication equipment for countries affected with the disease. So we can get, Ghana should get the UNDP to aid them.
Okay. Any other countries? No? Okay, how many proposals do we have on the table then? How many proposals?
We have one.
Okay, you guys have one, which is what then?
Ours was the one with Guinea, Liberia, Ivory Coast, and Sierra Leone being quarantined, but with UN health personnel activity, international health activity, and businesses being allowed with health and safety guidelines.
Okay, good. Well, then let's go ahead and discuss that one. Get that one. Get that one out of the way. And each country will get one vote. Each country gets one vote, so we need a 4-2 in order to pass it. Okay? Yeah, sure. Go ahead and talk about it.